We've got the NBA King of the Court back in action. One of our favorite promos on the Dimer Sports Betting podcast. Dave, give people a rundown, and what are we looking at tonight?
Yep, as always, we'll have our top 3 overall projected, and then 2 guys that I'm putting on the what I call the long shot radar. We'll pull them up here, and as should surprise absolutely nobody, Luka Doncic leads the way once again, over 50 PRA, 51.7, only projection over 50. Leads the NBA in scoring, ranks 4th in assists. It's 24th total in the league in rebounds. PRA totals of 58, 57, and 53 in January alone. I don't need to talk about Luka Doncic. He's basically a matchup-proof superstar. Biggest risk with him is typically coming from a potential blowout or an injury rather than poor efficiency or a down game from him. He's listed as a game-time decision. Gets the Hawks, who rank 23rd in points, 26th in rebounds, and 25th in assists. So obviously everything lines up well for him tonight. Again, your only reason to not go with him is if you just don't want to get a short bonus bet, but there's rarely times where Luka's not going to be in the pole position here. And alongside this guy who's next, Giannis, who's projected for 45.8 PRA. They're in a pretty important position. They're sitting outside the play-in right now, kind of slowly chipping away at it. They get a pretty important matchup here with Minnesota, and they're going to need to start stacking these wins together as we reach the back half of the season. He already owns a King of the Court this season. He split tie with Tyrese Maxey. I think it was the second one overall, if anyone remembers that, when we had Maxey in our targets. He's eclipsed 50 PRA 6 more times, despite missing most of December and several other games this year. Just an absolute points, rebounds machine. It's where his upside's usually coming from. Going to be dominant scoring and rebounding nights, really hitting his full ceiling to win this. Probably means he's going to need either something like 40 points and 15 boards, or he's going to need that elevated assist total, closer to a triple-double. Because if he's at like 35 and 12, you're looking at 47, maybe a handful of assists. It just might not be enough. Every single player so far has cleared 50 PRA, winning the crown. That 50 PRA was Trey Murphy just last week, who won like 1.3K as an unexpected winner in a night where both Luka and LeBron were underneath them. So it's really hard to kind of, how should I say this, bank on the upside for guys who don't quite have 50 PR, like a 50 PRA floor. So if Giannis doesn't hit the assist marks, he probably won't get that unless he absolutely goes nuclear. But we'll say Minnesota ranks 10th defensively on the season versus assists, but bottom 5 in the NBA over the past 7 games. So maybe a little extra opportunity for Giannis there. Rounding out the top 3, Jalen Johnson of the Hawks. He made his superstar case earlier this season. His run in December was like the best numbers of his career. He was averaging 48 PRA per game. Now Trae Young is gone, and he's kind of cooled off a bit in January, not directly related to Trae Young or anything. But he's got just 1 double-double or better, which is a triple-double, I think in his first game of the year. But seeing a little bit more rounded production from the Hawks over the past 2 weeks, kind of a bit more offensive contributions from Alexander Walker and Zachary Risactor. I can never pronounce his name correctly. And some of the other guys. So while Jalen Johnson's shown like insane upside this year, you just like might not be currently operating at that level of output. Might be a big scoring night for him versus the Lakers. The most points to forwards over their past 7 games. Pretty strongly limiting rebounds, though, which is a pretty key stat for Johnson hitting 50 PRA or up. Moving to our long shots, Jamal Murray, he's projected for 37.8. He is a game time decision, so his status will be pretty critical to monitor, but pretty massive upside if he is active. He's posted 5 assist-driven double-doubles over the past couple weeks after averaging just 7.1 assists throughout the season. He's seen PRA totals of 52, 49, and 47 in January, so he's been right there. Nikola Jokic is sidelined. Denver's other starters are a little banged up. He could basically run the whole offense. He's got the Pelicans on deck, who have previously given up a King of the Court performance They rank 29th in assists, 28th in points, 24th in boards. So Murray could really have a big game tonight. FanDuel's got the 50-point little jackpot too as well. He'll probably be the guy I look at for that. He does have a 52-point game earlier this season. You never know, especially when you're getting a defensive matchup like this. And I will say, probably not going to be king of the court, but if Jamal Murray sits, Peyton Watson's probably going to have a really good game. I think he's just going to absorb so much volume. He's had some really nice outings lately. Might see a really well-rounded game from him. Could be worth it if you're like looking for an insane upside play. And then we'll close it out with Alperen Şengün. The Rockets projected 37.2. Really favorable matchup against Chicago's soft defense. He's 9th overall in our PRA projections. Highest in this game, just narrowly ahead of Kevin Durant. Only one triple-double this season, but he frequently flirts with that mark with like really high scoring and rebounding numbers, and then often seeing 8 or 9 assists, showing his upside across the board, coming up just shy. He won this last year at least once, I believe, and gets another good matchup, like I said, with the Bulls. They rank 5th in points, 7th in rebounds allowed, both of those marks to centers, and sit in the bottom 5 of the league defensively overall. Sets up Şengün for pretty strong assist potential, also backed by the fact that he is the highest projected center for assists tonight in the Dimers model for 6.0. So even if he's not your king of the court play, I might look at him for 7 assists, 8 assists, 9, 10 assists as just a side play, or as the entry play for it, because then even if he doesn't get king of the court and he hits that, you get some nice plus money assists out of that.
Yeah, I like these king of the court breakdowns that you give, because I end up coming away with like 4 different player prop angles that I want to play that night regardless. The Peyton Watson shout out is especially interesting. If Murray sits, he has been so good lately. I feel like he's a guy that's on the verge of stardom in this league. And if I was going to lock one in, I think given that Luka is, the mark we're chasing down, I think you've got to either approach it one of 2 ways. Like you might as well just play Luka and take the small bet, or go super long and hope for a crazy night from out of nowhere. The Şengün matchup feels at least conducive to that possibility. I almost called them the Bears. The Bulls defense doesn't provide any resistance, especially to big men at all. So it wouldn't be stunning if this is like the triple-double night for Alperen.
Yeah, I mean, that could be the play too. At that point, you probably just play his 10 assists just in case he goes under on rebounds. But yeah.
Yeah, right. All right. I love it. Thank you for the research as always. Let's chase down Luka Doncic together, everybody. Why not?